This is an introduction to elemental aura casting, which is a magic system that I created for my comic series, Fiendish, and the system most prominently seen in the story. Aura casting is the species-specific power, or Ramasva, of humans Ispolin and Ispoliad. Because all three of these Cymar types, despite their distinctive traits, share a Ramasva and can interbreed, it is commonly agreed upon that Ispolin and Ispoliad are simply advanced forms of the human species. The way that aura casting works is, the biological aura of every human Ispolin or Ispoliad is linked to one of the 8 planes of energy. These are life, which flows from the astral plane, death, which is just the inverse of life casting, extracting energy into the umbral plane, water, cold, air, lightning, heat, and earth, which all correspond to their respective elemental planes. Along with the universal domain of mind, which involves temporarily controlling the aura and thus the consciousness of another person, there are 9 domains in total. In ancient times, all that was known about this ability was that humans could be induced through meditation or drugs to project their consciousness into the plane that they resonated with. When the High Ones, also known as Ispoliad, arrived, they taught humans how to cast forth their auras and control the type of matter corresponding to their said aura. Not all domains are seen as equal in the eyes of society, however. Due to the high everyday utility of the water, life, and earth domains, they are by far the most sought after and most well understood domains. The lightning and death domains are often outright shunned from shamanic orders as they are seen as chaotic and destructive. The specific techniques that humans and Ispoliad use to cast forth their auras also vary across continents and cultures. On Discara, hymns, chants, and songs are used in a system called hymn casting. On Arvos, runic symbols are used in a system called runecasting. All of these different techniques lead to the same results because they are merely aids to increase the focus of the caster and to help the caster clarify the mathematical equations that must go into every aura effect. The training. Though all humans have a planar link, it is important to note that most only have a weak connection. The ability to draw forth aura energy at all must be trained, and even then, many do not have the talent to draw forth enough to create any tangible effects. Only around 1 in 100 people can even be taught to draw aura energy properly. Adding on the fact that, to create any effect with aura energy, one must have access to a master to learn the correct runes, signs, or hymns from, and then must also have the mind to learn the mathematical calculations involved in casting. A very small number of humans, around 1 in 1,000, can even become useful casters, and an even more exceedingly small number, around 1 in 10,000, can become experts in the craft. This means that even with great talent, no human can become a caster through sheer luck. All casters must go through an apprenticeship that involves years of training, and casters on every continent are organized into formal orders that serve offices and families of power. Domain range. Even though the aura of a human, Ispoliad, or Ispolin primarily attunes to one single elemental plane, it is also common for casters to be able to cast the elements directly adjacent to their primary element. This is due to the elemental planes existing in a specific order in planar space. The primary element of a caster is called their primary domain, and any adjacent elements that they can learn are their secondary domains. Tertiary domain casters are exceedingly rare, and are all Ispoliad or Ispolin. The limitations. Although there is technically no limit to how much a person can cast aural energy every day, the process is mentally and physically exhausting. Even experienced casters may collapse if forced to cast for hours on end. And casters who have sacrificed their own lives, whether intentionally or by accident, from prolonged casting or from casting an overly large and powerful effect have been documented. About Knacks. Another weakness of both hymn casting and rune casting, especially in the face of imminent danger, is that runes and hymns take time to implement, since every parameter of a caster's desired effect must be mathematically calculated. Even very skilled casters may need half a minute or more to manifest a proper rune or hymn. That is why some casters may mitigate this handicap by intensely training one rune or hymn so thoroughly that its specific construction becomes instinct, allowing them to only cast a quick shorthanded symbol or a short song to achieve the practiced effect. This shorthand is called a knack. Here on screen are some examples of runic knacks being used by a powerful Ispoliad caster in my story, Ragna. I hope this explanation was interesting to you, and I hope it spurred your interest in Fiendish. If you like comics or long-form fantasy with deep world building, then I encourage you to check out this project. You can find out more at fiendishcomic.com, and don't forget to subscribe here for more world building videos. Thank you, and goodbye!